I get a lot of questions about what happens if the lot is sold and the homeowner is doing the landscaping. They've hired somebody to do the landscaping, and they have put a stockpile in the middle of the street. So what do you do in that situation? You got a stockpile in the middle of the street. You are the builder of most of the lots, but that lot is sold off. Different homeowner, and they're doing their own landscaping. It's not part of your construction. You're not responsible for it. You can't control it. You haven't hired the landscapers, and they have put that stockpile right into the middle of the street. So whose problem is that, right? The city's going to come by, and what we hear all the time, that there's dirt in the street, so the cities are going to call out the builder for that. But a lot of times that dirt is coming from one of those stockpiles. So whose problem is it? Whose fault is it that it's there? Who needs to clean it up? Who needs to be responsible for it? So it's complicated a little bit. So first of all, obviously, as the builder, you are not responsible for that stockpile being in the street. There's nothing you can do about it. They're not your landscapers, not your subs. You can't make that change. So the city really needs to talk to that homeowner, whoever has hired the landscapers, and tell them to get rid of that stockpile out of the street, or to cover it with some sort of a perimeter control. Now, the city can do that under what's called their illicit discharge detection and elimination program. They can't do it under their construction program because it doesn't have a construction permit, right? That site is closed, so it's not covered under construction permit. But the city should make the homeowner responsible for that. However, as part of your SWIP, as the developer, as the builder on other lots in the area, and as being responsible for the roads until you turn those over to the city, you are responsible for any pollutants that run onto your site. So if that stockpile in the street ends up running onto your site, onto other areas of what is under your control, then ultimately you are responsible for that as well. I know that sucks, and there's not much you can do about it, and you have to clean up somebody else's mess. But under your permit authorization, you are responsible for that stuff that runs onto your site. So if I were you, I would be calling the city and saying, hey, just so you know, there's a stockpile out in the middle of the street. It's not ours. We're trying to not let it run onto our site. But we'd really appreciate it if you came out here and told the landscaper stop doing that, right? Or at least to surround it with some sort of gravel bags or gator guard or other perimeter control, so that it's not running onto our site. So that's the rule. That's how it works. So not your responsibility, but at the same time, if it goes onto your site, it becomes your responsibility. So again.